You should spend about 20 minutes on questions 1 to 13, which are based on reading passage 1 below. The return of the Orango. The arid valleys of southern Peru are welcoming the return of a native plant. The south coast of Peru is a narrow, 2,000 kilometers long stripe of desert squeezed between the Andes and the Pacific Ocean. It is also one of the most fragile ecosystems on Earth. It hardly ever rains there, and the only year-round source of water is located tens of meters below the surface. This is why the Huarango tree is so suited to live there. It has the longest roots of any tree in the world. They stretch down 50 to 80 meters, and as well as sucking up water for the tree, they bring it into the higher subsoil, creating a water source for other plant life. Dr. David Beresford Jones, archaeologist at Cambridge University, has been studying the role of the Huarango tree in landscape change in the lower Ica Valley in southern Peru. He believes the Huarango was the key into the ancient people's diet, and because it could reach deep water sources, it allowed local people to withstand years of drought when their other crops failed. But over the centuries, Huarango trees were gradually replaced with crops. Cutting down native woodland leads to erosion, as there is nothing to keep the soil in place. So, when the Huarangos grow, the land turns into a desert. Nothing grows at all in the lower Ica Valley now. For centuries, the Huarango tree was vital to the people of the neighboring Middle Ica Valley too. They grew vegetables under it and ate products made from its seed pods. Its leaves and bark were used for herbal remedies, while its branches were used for charcoal for cooking and heating, and its trunk was used to build houses. But now it is disappearing rapidly. The majority of the Huarango forests in the valley have already been cleared for fuel and agriculture. Initially, these were small holdings, but now they are huge farms producing crops for the international market. Of the forests that were there here 1,000 years ago, 99% have already gone, says botanist Oliver Valley from Kew Gardens in London, who, together with ethnobotanist Dr. William Millikan, is running a pioneering project to protect and restore the rapidly disappearing habitat. In order to succeed, Valley needs to get the local people on board and that has meant overcoming local prejudices. Increasingly, aspirational communities think that if you plant food trees in your home or street, it shows you are poor and still need to grow your own food, he says. In order to stop the Middle Ika Valley going the same way as the Lower Ika Valley, Valley is encouraging locals to love the Harangos again. It is a process of cultural res- resuscitation. Resuscitation, he says. He has already set up a Harango festival to reinstate a sense of pride in their eco-heritage and has helped local school children plant thousands of trees. In order to get people interested in habitat restoration, you need to plant a tree that is useful to them, says Valle. So he has been working with local families to attempt to create a sustainable income from the harangos by turning their products into foodstuffs. Boil up the beans and you get this thick brown syrup like molasses. You can also use it in drinks, soups, or stews. The pods can be ground into flour to make cakes, and the seeds roasted into a sweet chocolatey coffee. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals, Vale says. And some farmers are already planting harangos. Alberto Benavides, owner of Ika Valley's only certified organic farm, which Valley helped set up, has been planting the tree for 13 years. He produces syrup and flour and sells these products at an organic farms market in Lima. His farm is relatively small and doesn't yet provide him with enough to live on, but he hopes this will change. The organic market is growing rapidly in Peru. Benavides says, I am investing in the future. But even if Vale can convince the local people to fall in love with the Horango again, there is still the threat of the larger farms. Some of these cut across the forests and break up the corridors that allow the essential movement of mammals, birds, and pollen up and down the narrow forest stripe. In the hope of counteracting this, he is persuading farmers to let him plant forest corridors on their land. He believes the extra woodland will also benefit the farms by reducing their water usage through a lowering of evaporation and providing a refuge for biocontrol insects. If we can record biodiversity and see how it all works, then we are in a good position to move on from there. Desert habitats can reduce down to very little, Valley explains. It is not like a rainforest that needs to have this huge expanse. Life has always been confined to corridors and islands here. If you just have a few trees left, the population can grow up quickly because it is used to exploiting the water when it arrives. He sees his project as a model that has the potential to be rolled out across other arid areas around the world. If we can do it here in the most fragile system on Earth, then that is a real message of hope for lots of places, including Africa, where there is drought and they just can't afford to wait for rain. Question 75. Choose only choose one word only from the passage for each answer. Write your answers in boxes 1 to 5 on your answer sheet. The importance of the orango tree. Its roots can extend as far as 80 meters into the soil, can access water deep below the surface, was a crucial part of local inhabitants' diet a long time ago, helped people to survive periods of drought, prevents erosion of the soil, prevents land from becoming a desert. Questions 6 to 8. Complete the table below. Choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. Write your answers in boxes 6 to 8 on your answer sheet. Traditional use of the orango tree. Part of tree and traditional use. Its branches, fuel. Leaves and bark, medicine. Its trunk, construction. Questions 9 to 13. Do the following statements agree with the information given in reading passage 1? In boxes 9 to 13 on your answer sheet, write true if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information, not given if there is no information on this. Local families have told Wally about some traditional uses of orango products, not given. Farmer Alberto Benavides is now making a good profit from growing orangos. False. Wally needs the cooperation of farmers to help preserve the sea's wildlife, the area's wildlife. True. For Wally's project to succeed, it needs to be extended over a very large area. False. Wally has plans to go to Africa to set up a similar project. Not given.